Welcome back to Cosmic Kickback, the galaxy's favorite talk show. As always, I'm your host, Nick, joined by my co-host, Josh.
Hello, Nick. It feels like it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. It's been like either 3 weeks or a month.
But the thing is it's been 3 months since we filmed. Oh, no, a month since we filmed.
Yeah.
But we filmed like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, we did it we batch filmed.
Yeah. So it feels like it's been a minute since we filmed, but we've been releasing like decently.
Yeah, we've been good.
Yeah, you know how it be. What we talk about, Nick?
Today I got some movie news.
Okay.
I'm actually really excited because a lot of it I feel like you haven't heard of.
Potentially.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. And then we're going to talk about Mandalorian Season 3.
True, yeah. Season 3 ended
It came out
earlier this year.
It came out on my girlfriend's birthday.
Okay.
So I watched it with Chelsea.
Y'all celebrated by watching Mando?
Yeah, dude, we binged the whole thing in 2 days.
Damn.
They're pretty short episodes, so they're
they're
like 30 minutes to 45.
Yeah, the season's it feels bite-sized in a way.
Yeah.
But I guess it's technically not, because there's 6, 7, 8 episodes?
Maybe 8, 6.
I think it's 8.
It's pretty short.
But that came out earlier this year. We're going to finally give some thoughts on that, because I finally watched it. I finished it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. This is a monumental episode, because the first episode we had back when we changed the name to Cosmic Kickback was in 2019 when Mando Season 1 came out.
Really?
I think we maybe were talking about like the first episode, or we were just talking about like, oh, there's a Mando show coming out.
What's crazy is I feel like this kind of sucks. I remember being so hype for Star Wars back then.
Yeah.
I don't feel as hype anymore. Like, it took me this long to watch the season 3, but back then I was like glued. Like, the moment it dropped, I was like, I gotta watch it. Like, now I'm just like, give me 6 months.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
I know. Yeah. Star Wars kind of. I don't mean to like hate on Kathleen Kennedy, but Star Wars sucks.
Damn.
It's in a gray area.
Well, Ahsoka just dropped. Whenever you watch that, we'll talk about that, because I finished that.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, and I was gonna literally sit down the other day, but I was like, I just didn't.
You couldn't bring yourself to do it.
I can't do it, man. No.
Give me some of this news.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go through some movie news. If you guys want to just skip to the review or just hear our bullshit,
there'll be some timestamps.
Yeah. Okay. So this first one is pretty cool. So we got another Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling movie coming out. It's gonna be an Ocean's 11 prequel.
Okay.
But here's the curveball. They're gonna set it in the 1960s.
Okay. When does Ocean's 11 take place?
They're all like modern day bank heist movies. Like they're shot in the time they're filmed in.
So it's an Ocean's-esque, but it's not a direct prequel because it takes place years before.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like, I don't think the characters are even gonna know each other.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm asking, because I haven't seen any of the Ocean's movies.
They pretty much just I just
know they're heist movies.
It's literally that Rick and Morty episode where they all get together and do a heist. Like like that's literally what it is.
Hey, we could talk about Rick and Morty news too.
But, did you hear the new voices?
Is that on? Yeah, I did. Is that on your list?
No, but I was thinking about that earlier.
We could
today.
talk about that a little bit.
Okay. But yeah, pretty much it's going to be set in 1960s.
I mean, it's
going to be an old-fashioned epic love story adventure.
I watch anything with Margot or Ryan, so I'm in. I'm all ready.
Yeah. And it says it's going to be set during a heist on a yacht during the Monaco Grand Prix.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a lot of specific details.
The Grand Prix is like a racing thing.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing... Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I like how specific and like aesthetic it sounds like.
When something's that specific in a heist movie, I expect things to come into play. So I expect there to be something with a car racing, like in a tire when they go and change the wheel. Something very specific.
You think Ryan Gosling going to drive?
Oh, shit. That actually might be the thing.
You just know this is going to be another Sigma role, bro.
I don't think he's never not done a Sigma role. What is it
called? New personality unlocked.
Oh, dude. I'm going to be like downloading the new personality while I'm watching the movie.
All right. Next movie news. Let's talk about Rick and Morty for a bit.
Yeah, let's do that.
So,
okay.
We know that Justin Roiland has been departed from not just Rick and Morty, but Solar Opposites, which I actually watched. Like, I stopped watching Rick and Morty like after I... Okay, I've seen the whole new season. I'll say that. But like the rewatchability of it, it's like kind of gone down in the newer seasons. So I started watching Solar Opposites. It's pretty funny. Like it's like Family Guy, but like Rick and Morty comedy. Like it's like a family of aliens.
So I know in Solar Opposites it was like Dan
Harmon.
He's
written Community. He's been like a big show producer.
Yeah, but the dude that replaced Justin Roiland, his name is Dan something. Dan Stevens.
Oh.
I think it's Dan Stevens. He played Legion.
I didn't even know his name.
I think it's him. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure it's him.
You might be right.
But what I heard, and is this true? Because I don't watch that show. They said that the voice for the character that he's replacing is like just a different voice now. Like it's not even like he's trying to imitate Justin Roiland. He's just doing a voice now.
I saw a promo for season 6 or 7, whichever the new season is, and that's the season that isn't Justin Roiland's voice. Mm-hmm. And it sounded slightly different. Like it literally just sounds like Justin Roiland if he wasn't trying. Like
for Rick and Morty or for Solar Opposites?
Oh, for Rick and Morty. I'm sorry.
Oh, for Solar Opposites, is it like a whole new voice?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally misunderstood your question. For Solar Opposites, yeah, they literally have the character's voice change. Like he changes to like a British dude, and they're just
is it like written in? Like he's like, oh, I'm an alien, so I can just change my voice.
Yeah, he's like, I'm British now. Like,
that's kind of funny. I
thought it was funny because like
kind of
literally all the jokes and stuff are the same. Like, and I was like, whatever, they're aliens.
Okay, but for Rick and Morty,
yeah,
it is someone doing an impression.
Yeah, I heard it. Like it's maybe like 50 or 75% like on point. Like
they're doing. There's two people. It's not just one guy doing Rick and Morty like Justin Roiland was doing.
Damn.
There's a guy for Rick and there's a guy for Morty.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What do you think of each one? Do you think one is better than the other?
I think the Morty sounds fine. Like it's honestly kind of easy to like. Mm-hmm. Like I could do a Morty. Like,
I feel I was gonna say the same. I think the Morty is fine. I think the Rick sounds good in some lines. In other ones, it sounds kind of off.
It's very toned down.
What I think it sounds like. Oh man, how could I describe it? It sounds like he's. Dude, I don't know.
It's like not Rick. Like do you remember that episode when he was boarding a plane and they like euthanized like his violent tendencies, and he's just like he's like I want cookies. Like, like I don't know. Like it's not you. You can tell it's not 100% there.
It sounds like in some lines it is, and in other lines it's just something's missing. So I prefer the Morty. The Morty is easier to do, I think. Yeah. But the Rick one, I don't know. I feel like it's not a hard voice to do, so I feel like if you're watching the show, I feel like you're gonna forget about it anyway. A couple episodes in. And if you're not like an avid watcher, you might not even notice. Like if you didn't even know that Justin Roiland was kicked off, like if you're just a random person like 10 years from now binging the show completely,
you probably wouldn't.
You might not even notice a difference jumping between the seasons. You might not.
Speaking on recasts, I never noticed the Dumbledore in the Harry Potter saga.
You didn't know?
2 different people.
Oh, I actually knew that one.
I think it was only in the first
two.
one. Yeah,
the first two.
The first two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the man who played Dumbledore. He passed away a while ago, but
it's because he was old as hell, bro. Like, like I mean, rest in peace. But like that dude was way too old to be acting, bro. Like, if you watch the episodes or the movies knowing that, like he's like Harry Potter, like you could tell he's like actually old. The other guy was like old, but he's probably in his like 60s. The other Dumbledore when they were filming, which is like not that old really. The other guy, I bet you he was like 75 minimum.
Let's see.
But like, yeah, bro. I think they.
Richard Harris lived to be 72.
Is that the first one or the second one?
The first Dumbledore.
Damn, 72.
The second Dumbledore, he actually passed away very recently.
He did, yes. I bet you we outlived him.
Wow, bro. He was 83.
Yep.
Well, okay, let's be real. That other guy was born in 1930. Damn, he had a 10-year difference in their birthdays.
I mean, they're both good. I feel like they're both good in different ways. I think the second one is like...
Michael? We got to put some respect on their name because he passed away. Okay, so
what are their names?
So Richard Harris is the first one.
Okay.
Michael Gambon.
Michael, I feel like he was way more like
he really brought like
out there. Like he's like, oh my god, like he's like,
did you put your name in the goal?
Yeah, like he's that. And the other one is more of like a calm, like whimsical Dumbledore.
I guess that makes sense why he starts tweaking later on.
I guess so.
He does seem. Damn, now that you say it, bro. I noticed it now.
Yeah, on the rewatch, you'll see.
Rest in peace to them.
Rest in peace to both. And rest in peace to Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
He's not dead, but...
Yeah. I mean, honestly, good on Hollywood. It's very unfortunate, but good on them for just recasting. Yeah. You know, they could have just canceled the show, which I don't know if that maybe would have been better, but...
I mean, I haven't even watched... I'm not going to lie. I haven't even watched Rick and Morty since like season 3.
I've seen... Damn, bro.
Yeah, I fell off.
I don't think we've ever even reviewed it. Because, like, how can you? They're very, like, serialized, like... episodes with like jokes that you have to get.
I remember they were leading up to like an evil Morty type thing going on. I don't care if you spoil it.
Oh.
Have they done anything with that? Because the last I saw was like what they did in season 3, where they were leading up to it.
They have.
So he pulled up.
He didn't pull up, but pretty much. Hold up, he's in the episode.
Okay.
Pretty much, he accomplishes like what he wanted to, and then like it leads on to like the overall story. Rick does have like a drive.
So are they still doing that same storyline, like leading towards something with Evil Morty?
I don't think for the new season, but with like the last one, I think him and Justin wrote. I think they were. I don't think in the new season at all. Actually, all of them were just like 10 episodes of like random bullshit. Like they go to Panda Express. There's an episode where like Jerry like fights this guy that like shoots piss at people.
Okay.
He's like, I'm the piss man.
Oh
like,
my God, bro.
It's really weird.
Jesus.
Bro, and then Mr. Poopy Butthole, like, I think he dies. He breaks his arms.
This motherfucker's died like 3 times, bro.
He comes back and he's all like, he's literally all muscular. And he's like, yeah, my wife left me, but
oh my God.
He's like, the best way to get over a breakup is to get under a 500-pound like squat. And like he tries to squat and then he breaks his legs and he's like, oh fuck,
bro.
Oh. And then it ends like that.
Okay. I mean, at some point I'll probably watch them, but like,
no rush,
we'll see,
bro.
We'll see.
There's really no like, I don't know. It's become more of like a sitcom than like a, what is it called? Like a overall story, a linear story.
I see. Anyway,
but yeah, that's Rick and Morty.
What's the next piece of news?
We talked way too much about that.
We did, yeah.
Well, because we got into the Dumbledore. Yeah. I don't know how. Okay, next piece of news. Guillermo del Toro is making a Frankenstein movie.
Okay.
This is going to have Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac. Mia Goth.
Yes.
And Christopher Waltz.
Okay.
The guy from Inglourious Bastards.
Christopher Waltz is from Back to the Future, right?
Oh, am I thinking about?
Damn, no way you're thinking of Christopher Walken, bro.
No, you're thinking of Christopher Lloyd.
I am.
Christopher
Lloyd. Who's
Lloyd
Christopher Waltz?
He's the guy that was Hans Landa.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
From the Inglourious Bastards.
I haven't seen that movie still.
Or Django. You haven't seen that?
I've seen Django.
Django is fucking good, bro.
Oh wait, is he the guy that like is Django's friend, like helps him out?
Yeah, the doctor.
Ah, okay. That guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for this movie. I love Guillermo del Toro's movies.
Oh yeah, dude. And then him going into like that Universal's monster horror universe, like Frankenstein. He should just take over that whole universe, bro. If they were to revive
I don't even know if there is one right now. Like they've fallen off so hard.
Maybe Godzilla.
Universe. But that's its own thing. Like that's not connected to Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, all that.
Creature from the Blue Lagoon.
They originally were gonna have what's his name be the Invisible Man? Jack Sparrow.
Johnny Depp.
He was gonna be the Invisible Man.
Really?
And then that got canned because of the Amber Heard and him trial and all that. And then they made the Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah,
that one's really good, actually.
Yeah, I really want to watch that. I actually watched.
You haven't seen it?
I watched the Invisible Man from 1930.
The OG.
Yeah.
You saw that?
That shit was so fucking funny, bro. He turns invisible, and people like pull up on him, and he literally just terrorizes people the whole movie. Like, like he burns a building.
Just for fun?
He like derails a train.
Damn.
People are looking for him, and this guy's like looking over a ledge. He fucking just kicks him off the ledge. Like,
jeez, bro.
Yeah, but eventually they got him. You know?
I've seen the shot where he takes off his bandage.
Yeah,
and that shot looks really cool. Like,
it's really I'm like,
knowing how they did it back then is crazy.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's really cool.
It's mind-boggling because I'm like, how did they do it back then?
Yeah,
you know,
like nowadays
it's more impressive.
It's way more impressive.
Anyway,
yeah. I'm excited for that. I love Guillermo del Toro. All those people in that movie are good. I'm excited to see who's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be Oscar Isaac, or do you think it's gonna be Andrew Garfield? One of them is definitely Dr. Frankenstein. And
I would love if Andrew Garfield was Dr. Frankenstein.
Okay.
And maybe Oscar Isaac. He has the face. He's got a very like blockish like forehead.
Oh yeah.
Like he has the features. I'm not roasting. He would look good in the makeup.
Either one of them could do it. They just I imagine different things from either portrayal.
I couldn't see Andrew as Frank. Like they'd really have to do the makeup.
I feel like he could do it, but I can see Andrew or Oscar Isaac as the scientist.
Or what about Christopher Waltz? He could be the scientist.
That's true. Oh shit, you're right. He could.
I feel like
that's very on the nose.
Yeah, I feel like it's too easy to cast him as the doctor. Or
who's Mia Goth? Are they gonna do the Frankenstein's bride also? Or
maybe like the damsel. I don't know. I don't really know.
What if they're flipping it? And what if it's called Frankenstein's monster, but it's her the whole time?
That would be that'd be good.
They're not calling it Frankenstein's bride or Bride of Frankenstein. They're just doing that. Oh, that'd be cool.
Maybe Christopher Waltz is Dr. Frankenstein.
I bet you.
And Andrew Garfield is like his assistant.
They could do that too.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
anyway.
but it begins filming in February.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
All right, next piece of news. This is actually really, really exciting, bro. I'm so excited. Okay. So Hush is reportedly set to be the main antagonist of Reeves' The Batman Part 2.
Yo, I don't know if we could find the clip. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to edit this, but I'm not going to say I'm going to find the clip. But I swear to God, I think I said that.
I think you said it in the Batman
I think
review.
I called it in the review. I think we were talking, what do we want to see sequels?
Yeah.
And I said, bro, Hush would be really cool.
Yeah. I remember.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
We got to go back and listen, bro.
I'll try and find it, but
I'll try to look for it.
I think I said that. That's sick if I did. But what do you I'm excited for this. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
Have you seen the hate for it though? People are kind of mad.
Why are people everyone's going to hate on something, bro.
Yeah. So there's two reasons I'm seeing. I think the first one is just because people are hating because they wanted Mr. Freeze or they wanted Clayface or something like that.
Apparently Clayface is going to be in it, but like a side.
That's what I heard.
A side dude.
I don't mind that. That's fine with me.
He's not really like. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the Batman, like Penguin's in it, he's like a side villain, and so is Falcone.
But they kind of help boost the stories overall.
Yeah, they do, and I'd be fine with Clayface doing that. Like, yeah. I think that works. I think it actually works better when there's multiple like antagonists but one central one.
It's cool because both of them kind of like have that, like they can change their identity.
That's true.
So it could add into more of like the mysteriousness.
That's true. See, okay, and I think I predicted Hush mainly because in the scene where the Riddler's exposing Bruce Wayne's parents and he's like watching and he's like, suffering. Yeah, that when they're freaking out and he's like, he's watching like, oh, my mom went to a mental hospital and all that.
Yeah,
there's watching the video that's airing online. There's like it's pretty much in your face, but it's like a giant thing. It literally just says Hush.
Yeah,
because it's like they literally put it up, and I was like, oh shit! Like,
there's even a photo when he's looking through like the orphanage. That I think it also revealed Hush.
So there was he talks about Thomas Wayne from Riddler's perspective saying that they killed a reporter, but then there's like two stories. Like one person says that his dad, Thomas Wayne, paid Falcone to have that reporter killed, and another one says he talked to Falcone to like silence him, but Falcone killed him and he didn't want him to kill him, and he was like, yo, why'd you kill him? I didn't want him to go that far.
Yeah.
But basically the guy's name was Thomas Elliot, and that's the name of Hush in the comic.
Yeah.
I think it's Thomas Elliot or it's something Elliot, but either way, it'd be like Thomas Elliot's dad probably.
Okay.
So the story, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for people that like want to go in, but they could always adapt it.
True.
He'll probably will do a flip on it. But the main thing is Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne were like friends when they were kids, and Bruce Wayne's parents died, and they kind of weren't as close anymore because he was an orphan and like dealing with shit.
Yeah.
And Elliot wanted to be just like Bruce. He was like obsessed with him. So he had his parents killed as well. Like he did some big scheme. I think it was a car crash and they died. And then so he could be an orphan too.
Dang.
This dude's insane. But then he does the whole thing where he like puts like different prosthetic people's faces on his.
Yeah.
Which they did that in Arkham City.
Yeah.
If you ever played that game.
Best one.
Yeah, it is really good.
Goated.
But anyway, yeah, that's Hush. But the thing is, this is another second reason why people were mad about it. Do you remember watching Hush, the animated movie?
No.
You and I watched it together.
Did we?
We did.
Maybe it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It was like probably 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 3. But anyway, spoilers for that. If you want to watch that,
refresh my memory.
Skip like 5 minutes ahead. We won't be talking about this anymore.
Yeah.
But in that movie, it's revealed. They do a flip. They do this in some of the animated movies, so it's not a direct translation of the comic to like keep people like guessing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They switch it so Thomas Elliot is not Hush in the animated movie, and it ends up being the Riddler.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like he takes off his bandages. He's got like a question mark on his head that's like engraved in there or something, and he pretty much says he was tired of being like a D-list villain to Batman.
I'm tired of being villain of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. And he pretty much like I don't know, he started hitting the gym and shit, and now he's like actually like can fight and all that kind of shit. So that they flip it, and a lot of the people didn't like that movie because of that twist. They were like, "Oh, what the fuck? The Riddler's Hush?" Like I wanted to see actual Hush.
Yeah.
So, but not everyone reads the comics. So a lot of people on Twitter thought that Hush is the Riddler because their only way of knowing the story is from that animated movie. So the people that were mad, it was either because they're not getting what they wanted, like Mr. Freeze, or it's because they've only seen this movie. So they're like, why is Matt Reeves doing the Riddler again?
I don't think he would.
He's not.
I don't think he would do that.
He must be doing the Elliot version. Like he has to be.
Yeah. Which kind of like, it doesn't finalize it, but I wouldn't think that he would recycle the Riddler. Like I feel like that all was said and done in the first one.
I think it would be like a waste, or not a waste. It would just be like pointless.
Yeah.
And like I don't really see like the whole point of a giant plot point in the Batman is how it's literally a piece of dialogue. Like Paul Dano says as the Riddler, like, oh, like he's like, I don't have like any strength. Like my strength is here, my brain.
Yeah.
I couldn't do all this stuff. Like you did it for me.
Yeah.
So it would be dumb if like now he's like, oh, now I can fight.
Yeah.
But that'd be dumb as hell. They'd have to bring him back.
Yeah.
And Paul Dano would have to hit the gym.
Yeah.
There's no way they're doing that. Anyway, I'm excited for this. I like this.
Movie comes out October 3rd, 2025.
God, I'm gonna be 26 years old when this comes out.
Dude, there's people that are older that like are just seeing this now.
Oh man, dude, can you imagine, bro? Do you think you're gonna be like 60? Like, let's go see the Batman. 53.
I don't think I'll be into comic book movies.
You don't think so?
I think I'll be dead.
Damn, bro, you'll be dead by 60.
Dead.
You'll be dead by 60, bro.
No, I won't. No, I take that back. It's putting bad energy.
Do you think they'll still be making comic book movies? Because they've been big for like the last decade, a little bit over a decade now.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll still be the big thing, or do you think westerns will come back?
I don't know.
Because westerns were huge back in the day. Like today, superhero movies are like today's westerns.
I guess so. Yeah, it's like the most popular thing.
So I don't know. We'll see.
They might die out. All right, next piece of news. This is also very exciting.
Okay.
So Christopher Nolan, I don't know if you heard about this. He's set to direct about 2 or 3 James Bond films.
Oh, wait, is that true? I heard this is he actually doing it?
Yes. And there's a big main issue about the creative freedom that he wants to shoot it, because he wants to shoot pretty much. So he's joined up with this a studio called Eon Productions.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the main producers of that, he wants the Bond films to be like fully rebooted for the modern era, while Nolan wants to make adaptations from Ian Fleming's novels, and they're set in certain periods. And Nolan wants to be more close to the source material, while the studio kind of wants them to just be like modernize it, like make it like set to now. And so Nolan's kind of like negotiating like what he wants to do with it. But he's looking at Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Okay, I like that.
Role of Bond. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So this is okay. If this is an active discussion between him and the studio just needs to like let him do what he wants to do, bro.
Have they not seen a fucking let him cook edit? Like he knows what he's doing, bro. The worst you could do is like they're gonna fuck themselves up. He might just walk.
If he walks, I'm gonna be so mad we never got.
He could just do it himself, bro.
He's got the capital. Just don't. He could just make a spy movie and just not call it James Bond. Yeah. This is like what he would have done. Yeah. Dude, I feel like
Spyception. Some shit like that.
I feel like honestly, like I don't want to see another modern Bond. Like modern is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I really liked Daniel Craig's Bonds. There's some that are like really good, others that are okay, but I think something that makes classic Bond and classic spy movies like so fun is because they're set in a time period where there's like limitations of the technology. Yeah. Like I think nowadays, like since everyone has a phone and all this stuff, like watching a period piece spy movie where like no one could just call somebody. Yeah. It's more urgent because you're like, oh shit, I can't contact this person right away. Exactly. And I think it adds stakes in a lot of like circumstances. So I would love actually a Bond set like in a certain time period.
Yeah. So like I said, they're based off some books by Fleming, who wrote like James Bond books. And it's going to be, to give you some context, it'd be like early 50s, mid 60s.
That's like the perfect time period. Yeah. That's like exactly what I was thinking.
Because it's contemporary. So it's like when the artist was kind of alive. He just, like that was his
that was modern for him. Yeah. So I really like this.
That would be fucking cool.
That would be so cool. And like imagining like Nolan's vision into it is just even cooler.
Yeah, dude. Dude.
Just also, sure that sound ain't loud.
Yeah. It'd be so cool to see them bring back like James Bond theme songs with like singers singing them, and maybe he can make them like for that time period. And it'd be really refreshing to see Nolan like also write more comedies, or at least like stuff with jokes in it, because I feel like a lot of his movies are not that they're bleak, but they are very serious with like maybe a couple jokes.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like every Nolan movie, you get like maybe 10 jokes.
You get a couple here and there. Yeah. Some of them are kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Some are funny, bro.
Anyway, I hope that goes through.
Yeah,
I really hope.
I hope they just. It's ridiculous, bro. That they're. I don't know. You know what he can do.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, Oppenheimer just dropped.
It's disrespectful to like not give him what he wants.
I mean, Oppenheimer like just is short of $1 billion.
Yeah.
For a biopic, like that's insane. I think it made like 900 million like globally, something around there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So imagine how much a Bond with him could make,
dude. And 3 of them.
Exactly. Like that's oh, dude, man. Anyway.
Oh, also Amazon is like tied in with the production company, so it's kind of like
because they bought MGM.
Oh really?
Amazon owns MGM now, I think.
I hate this. But pretty much, I think they just want one thing. They want something that's safe, and I think Nolan wants to be more like
take a shot.
Yeah. So I don't know if they hold like the rights to Bond, but I mean Nolan has his own production company, Syncopy. So he could just do it himself, but
he would just need the rights. So he would. That's why they need Amazon to check off on it, because they own MGM. It probably costs
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. It is part of MGM. All right, next piece of news. We got 3 more.
Damn, this might just be an all news episode, bro.
Maybe, yeah,
crazy.
You're right.
Holy shit.
Okay, so this is very short. A brand new zombie game based on the Deceased storyline has officially been announced.
Really?
It's kind of like Zombie Avengers, where like some people, like Earth is kind of been like taken over by zombies. So,
wait, this is like confirmed? This is happening?
It's a game, yeah. So let me read the caption. So Deceased is getting its own game. The studio Come On announced that it's going to be publishing a new board game.
Oh, it's a board game
that uses its popular Zombicide game engine.
Okay.
No details are provided about the game's launch other than it would be the next project that would launch on Kickstarter. And there's a teaser video along with the pre-launch page.
Okay. I mean, okay, so is it a board game then?
I'm not really sure.
I mean, if this is, hang on, let me do some research.
I'm sorry, it is a board game.
Okay.
It's a brand new like zombie game though. But yeah, it is a board game. I don't know when I said game, I thought it's been a minute since I looked at the screenshot, but yeah, it's a board game. It's like a Deceased like zombie thing.
Okay, I found it. Deceased, a Zombicide game by Come On.
Yeah.
Simon. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's a board game.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I mean,
when I saw game, I was like video game, and that got me hyped.
Yeah, that's why I
board game. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. That's not really news.
Damn, Nick made everyone get hyped for a board game.
Let's just cut this part out. All right, next piece of news. This is amazing.
Okay.
The script for a live-action Minecraft movie is complete, and it could be filming in the spring. And can you please guess who is? Guess. All right, the person who is starring in it. He has been in the Fast and Furious movie, and he's going to be the lead role.
As Steve?
Yeah.
I think I know who it is. Like I think it's not Dom. It's
hey, though.
It's not him. No way it's him. It's what's his name? Jason Momoa. Right?
Yeah.
It's Jason Momoa's Steve, bro.
He's going to be in a live action Minecraft movie starring it's going to be
we don't know who else is in it?
That's all the news. Yeah, I thought there was going to be more.
Okay. Well, I remember hearing his name prior, but I wasn't sure it was confirmed. So now that it's confirmed, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's going to be directed by Jared Hess, who's did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. So
that's crazy.
I'm behind it. Like those two are absolute bangers.
Dude, what has Hess done? Has he just been chilling since Nacho Libre?
I guess so.
Because like I've seen, I like hearing that name. I immediately was like, "Holy shit, I know who that is." Because I love Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Like I think like those two movies I probably watched like hundreds of times, like as a child, bro, and like as a teenager too. Like those movies were so funny.
Besides Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, which are 2 years apart, he's made 3 other movies in the past like 15 years or so.
Okay.
Last one came out in 2016. It's called Masterminds.
Okay.
It's got Owen Wilson, Zach Galifianakis. I think they're like con artists. I haven't watched them, but
I haven't seen any of those. I mean,
yeah, it sounds cool.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm way more excited now than I was before.
I don't know.
Like with just Jason Momoa and Minecraft, I was like, okay, but with that, I'm actually kind of interested now.
Yeah, it sounds kind of cool.
I'll be seeing this.
Minecraft the movie, though. Okay, this is the last piece of news. and it's it's spooky season, so I had to throw this one in.
Oh, okay.
So Blumhouse and The Exorcist producer, they want to revive the Friday the 13th franchise, and they want to return it to the basics, like to the basic like campy formula slasher, like like old 80s like 70s slasher movies. What you think of that?
Okay, so Blumhouse,
they've got some bangers. They did Get Out. They've done Happy Death Day. Old like they got a lot of good shit.
So it's just Blumhouse, or was it something else? You said the something of The Exorcist.
Exorcist producer. His name is Ryan Turek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the original Exorcist, or like the new one that's out in theaters right now.
Probably the newer one.
Because the new one that just came out, I heard it's like getting shit on. Like I heard it's dreadful.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to see it to review it, bro. We need to shit on something.
Ryan Turek, he's the VP of Blumhouse.
Okay. Well, so and it doesn't really matter.
The more modern.
Anyway, I mean, there hasn't been a Friday the 13th movie since like that 2009 remake. I think
people are saying that was one of the better ones.
I haven't seen it. So actually, we should probably watch it. It's October, bro.
Actually, this 13th is Friday the 13th.
That's true.
We talked about
that. Might be the time that this is uploaded.
Yeah.
This might be going live on Friday that we're recording this right
now.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. I really want to watch some October spooky like shit, and I've never seen that, so that'd be.
I actually just recently saw The Exorcist.
Like the OG one?
Yeah.
Oh, for the first time?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Damn.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't know this. There's a shot of them walking up the stairs, and I saw a behind the scenes thing on Twitter or X. There were not like they're not dollies. Dollies are the things that are on the like train thing, but it was like I forgot the official name of it, but the things that you can program to hold a camera, and it's like a big like mechanical arm thing, like a lift that like you can like do shots like that.
Yeah.
And it helps keep the camera stabilized. They didn't have that back then. They didn't, and I don't even think they had like I forgot what it's called. The thing that like helps stabilize the camera when you're moving, like walking with it. They didn't have those back then. Those only came out back around like when Kubrick was making The Shining. That's why he used it hard in the shots of like the kid rolling around. He was like following him, keeping the camera steady. But anyway, back in The Exorcist, they didn't have that. So there's a behind the scenes shot of how they did it, and they created like this pulley where like the cameraman is just literally sitting on like a levitating chair, and like they're like pulling him back, and it's like hanging. And they said like that part wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was like not getting the cameraman's shadows like in the shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, dude, like that's crazy watching the behind the scenes. Like they did just for this like 5-second shot and then walk up the stairs. Like they did this whole crazy thing.
I know.
Wild.
That's crazy. The story behind the shots, bro.
It is, but Friday the 13th sounds cool.
Yeah, I like the franchise.
I do too. I haven't seen all of them. I know they do get very campy.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, all of them are campy.
I feel like we need that back, though. You know,
I kind of like that. Like not everything needs to be serious and scary
and deep and critiqued. Like you just you need a movie that's like, hey, do you want to go see that movie? You know, you don't always need like an Oppenheimer.
Kind of like Cocaine Bear was kind of like that.
Yes, that was such a fun movie.
I liked that.
Everyone loved it. Everyone was behind it because of its ridiculousness. Like,
did you hear what the original director of The Exorcist said? Like he's dead now. I think he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away recently.
He did, and The Exorcist Believer just came out.
Yeah, I heard he was kind of not claiming it.
Yeah, he pretty much said that.
Kind of sucks.
He pretty much said that they bought the rights for like $400 million or something like that.
Yeah.
To make a new trilogy. This is just the first one.
The next one I heard is going to be called The Exorcist Deceiver.
Oh my God.
And then the next one is, what would it be? Reliever?
Yeah, maybe there's Relief. Yeah. But he pretty much said if there is an afterlife, he's like, I'm gonna haunt this motherfucker. Like he's talking about the new like director that's directing Believer. He's like, if there's an afterlife, he's like, I'm gonna haunt his ass. I'm gonna be on him for doing this to my movie, The Exorcist. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it's a real quote. And like, I hope this dude's haunting his ass right now, bro. Can you imagine?
That's funny as fuck.
But it makes me, I don't want to give the studio money because I kind of don't like when like, if they don't want it to be made, they don't want it to be made.
Yeah.
But part of me wants to see the Exorcist Believer, just to see how bad it is. Because I've heard it's not good.
Yeah, I heard. So I watched 2 review people on YouTube. One of them is Chris Stuckman.
Okay.
And the second one is, I think, I'm blanking on his name.
Damn.
He's a dude with like long hair. It's always a red background.
Oh, He's always wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah. I watched his review of the movie, and he said like it's very unfocused because it's about two girls.
Yeah.
And he says it focuses on one family and the other one they just don't give a shit about. And then he also says like with the editing, like it's very, very like rapid pace. Like Saw when they have like a trap on their face, and it's like it's that shitty 2000s quick cut, like meant to make you scared, like editing.
Yeah.
He said a lot of that is in the movie.
Okay.
And I recently just saw the original Exorcist, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for being made like 50 years ago to this year. I feel like a lot of what made that movie was scary was the long shots. And have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Okay. Dude, we could review it.
We could.
That'd be crazy.
We can compare it. We can do a thing where we compare Exorcist to like
we
the new
could
one.
actually. That would be great.
That's actually
a double
like
review.
That could be like a thing. You compare like original things to like reboots.
Reboot or
I don't know.
we'll
workshop it.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. But in the original Exorcist, like there's certain scenes where characters will just like be either in a room or they'll go into a room and it's very dark in the surrounding shot. And what they would do is they put like a statue of is his name Bazoo?
Oh, the
deity.
Yeah.
They would just have a literal statue of the fucking demon, and they would just leave it in a room. Like it would be a still statue.
Mm-hmm.
And like say a character opens the door, you could see it for like a split second. And that was how like they tried to like show like that he was like present. Like that shit was scary. And also there was just flashes of demons that like happened on screen.
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
Honestly, the scariest one for me, the scariest thing in that movie was the one demon that they show him once. I don't even know like what its name is or his face. You just saw it. It's like the white face of like.
Yeah, I think one character is like walking through a kitchen.
Yeah.
And it flashes on screen for maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, that part I was like, oh shit, that actually looks creepy.
Yeah.
But anyway, is that the last piece of news?
Yeah, that's the last piece of news. We kind of just went on the Exorcist tangent.
We did. Because that reminded me of what the dude said.
Yeah.
The original director.
Yeah, that's the news too. Hey, rest in peace to him, dude. That movie was great.
I hope he's haunting the new dude.
I hope he is too.
Well, the new director of this one apparently is the guy that directed the recent remake trilogy of Halloween.
Yeah. That's what the guy was saying in the review. They were just like, yeah, I guess he did the Halloween trilogy,
and he also
which was
did
okay.
Pineapple Express, I think.
Really?
I think so. Because I think that's one of the things that the Exorcist director was saying. He was like, they're giving my movie to the dude that made Pineapple Express. Like he says that in his quote.
Well, the woman Ellie Bernstein, who was in the original, came back for this one. So
I did know
that's
that.
kind of enticed people to be like,
yeah.
It's
heavy in the trailer. Like they literally show like a picture of her, like the original like actress, and like, oh, there's others that have been through this before, and then they have the music play. Yeah.
Damn, he did Your Highness, Pineapple Express. He's done a lot of good shit.
I mean, the first reboot Halloween from 2018.
Yes,
that one's good.
And then 21 and 22.
Halloween Ends and Kills, I don't think are that good.
We should review those.
We should.
I'd be down to watch them.
I really shit on the last one, I think.
Bro, this guy also directed that movie Stronger. It's that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where he has like no legs. It's like that clip where he's like, I can't. I showed up for you. Like that fucking those TikToks where it's like times the actors weren't acting. That looks like a good movie. Okay. It's crazy he just took a huge curveball.
This dude's done everything.
Yeah, that's the end of the news. That was a lot of news.
Do you want to, how long has this episode been? Should we like end it or should we talk Mando? Do you have much to say about Mandalorian season 3?
Honestly, do you want to just do that for another one?
I'll do whatever you want.
This is all movie news right here, baby.
This is a lot of movie news.
Yeah, we just...
How long is this?
I don't know.
Is it like 40 minutes? I'm guessing it's probably about 40.
It's been 44 minutes.
And the first 4 minutes was us sitting there.
Yeah, so it's been 40 minutes.
So it's about 40 minutes.
Do you just want to round it out?
What do you want to do? I'll do whatever you want to do.
We got to decide. I mean, I don't have a lot to say on Mando.
I'm keeping all this. I mean,
you know what? We already introed it with Mando.
That's true.
We got to commit.
Rapid season 3 review. Okay, Nick. Full spoilers. This has been out forever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been 6 or 7 months.
So, Nick, let me refresh your memory because you haven't seen this since it came out.
So, I mean, I know the gist of Mando season 3.
Okay.
Because it ends with him kind of getting rejected by his clan. Because, he's taken his mask off twice.
That's the end of season 2.
Yeah, the end of season 2. Honestly, I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say I'm excited. I was very pleased with season 3. I liked how season 2 ended, and I feel like if it ended there, it would have been perfect. Because Pedro Pascal's becoming kind of that it boy, and it's good. It's a good look for him. You know, he's in Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a lot of other shit. He's like, I actually just saw a short with him in it, called A Strange Way of Life. It was showing at Draft House.
Oh, yeah. It's Ethan Hawke's in it,
Mountain.
Right?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. It's pretty good actually. It's very short. Like
really, how long is it?
30 minutes.
Oh,
it left a lot to be desired.
If I knew it was that short, I would have. Because I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I can go see this." But I was,
yeah,
I didn't know it was that short.
It was a 30-minute short, and then followed by another 30-minute short.
Oh, okay.
By the same director.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that was cool. But, yeah, season 3, it starts off with him wanting to reclaim his mantle because he disrespected his house. You know, like
he took off his thing. His helmet.
This season, I love the Game of Thrones vibes I get from it, of like having a code. You know, he was trying to like go back and earn his get his respect, you know. And that's where the season starts. But refresh my memory, like what happens this season?
So it's basically like he has to go bathe in the waters on Mandalore.
He's got to take a bath.
Yeah, but from like what everyone's been told, when the Empire like bombarded like the planet, they just killed everybody and like killed the planet as well, and now the planet's cursed.
Yeah.
So he goes there and he finds out, oh, never mind, it's not, the planet's fine. It's just like not inhabited.
Damn.
And then it honestly, the whole season to me, it doesn't even really feel like it's about the Mandalorian anymore. Like Din Djarin, it feels like it's about Bo-Katan. This season to me specifically feels like they're shifting protagonists, which I don't mind. I feel like calling it the Mandalorian, like there are lots of Mandalorians.
It could be anybody.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like I'm okay with it. I understand why some people aren't. I know season 3 was the least well received of the 3.
Really?
From what I've heard on other people's reviews. Oh yeah, this isn't even on Letterboxd, so I couldn't review it.
Oh.
But anyway, I feel like the season's okay. I mean, he does go and bathe. It's a lot of the stuff. I just think it's solved very quickly. A lot of the problems are just very like there's no problem with the planet. They're like, oh shit, it's fine.
Yeah.
And he finds the bath because Bo-Katan knows where it is.
He has to unite the people that take their masks off
and the people that don't.
Yeah.
Because they're all,
I guess, the true Mandalorians.
Yeah. So they all unite and they go. Pretty much the whole season is about them going back and reclaiming Mandalore.
Yeah.
And it ends with, oh yeah, there's one random episode where it's just focused on the scientist that's in like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a gripe.
Okay. Yeah.
That went nowhere, and I'm pretty sure it goes on for a whole episode.
It's the entire episode.
It's
the longest episode in the season.
Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
That episode was so fucking boring.
It is. I kept waiting. Where's this going?
It's like that. It's like what is it called? It's like an ugly duckling. Like it's that episode of Stranger Things where she goes off to.
Fuck.
It's like they tried to write something and then changed it like maybe mid-season. You know.
I think for Stranger Things they were trying to make a spinoff.
Yeah.
Like they 100% were like, if they like this is gonna be a spinoff show.
And then everyone hated that.
They were like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, no, bring back the kids.
Get that out.
Yeah,
that episode.
I didn't really understand it. Like
all it really does, and you don't need a whole episode to do this, is it just lets us know that the girl is working still undercover for what's his name?
Gideon?
Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
She's still working undercover even though she's like, they're saying that they're reformed.
Yes.
That's all it shows, but we don't need to see a whole, because she's not even the main character in that episode. It's the scientist. We see him, how he is going and like living, and he's like, oh man, like I kind of want to go do this. Like my clone work could be used for other things.
Yes.
And he just keeps going, and then eventually they go through this whole thing where they go on a train, they break into an old like starship like fleet thing to get his old stuff, but then she double crosses him and gets him arrested where they like erase his mind.
Yeah.
And then she like amps it up, so I guess he's just lost his brain now. He's just gone. I don't know what I was like.
I thought that was so dumb because he's like, he made the clones. Why would you?
Doesn't make any sense.
Like now they can't really make any improvement.
Actually, I think I know why they did it. If I'm thinking, because if I remember now, they destroy Moff Gideon's clones because he had clones of himself.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
They destroy those, so maybe Moff Gideon wanted to be the only one with access to clones.
Dude, this is dumb. This is sounding like a rehash of what I don't even want to talk about. The Skywalker shit show. Because remember, Palpatine had bodies.
Yeah, he had clones. And that's what I thought it was going. I thought it was going to like connect to that in a strange way.
Yeah.
Like to show that they've been making clones like behind the scenes for years. But I don't know. I just feel like the episode's literally like a couple minutes off from an hour. And the only thing that it shows us is that she's still working for Moff Gideon and it's like a secret. You could show that in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you
that
easily
could be literally like the opening, like first.
It could
the
be.
cold open of an episode.
And you don't need it to be like extremely long. It could literally like I feel like you could do it within 20 minutes and tell the same story that episode told without all the extra stuff. Because like I thought they were adding characterization to this guy. So I was okay. Like this guy, something's gonna happen with this guy. He's gonna become a main character in some way.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He just dies, I guess.
Yeah.
And he didn't come back in the end. Like nothing came back in the end. Moff Gideon just gets in a fight with them, and then I think he's dead now.
I think so too. Yeah,
they just killed him.
Like him, Bo-Katan, and Grogu all squared up. Remember they gave him a robot to walk with?
Yeah, they did.
That was kind of cute.
I don't mind all that. I just feel like it's this episode or this season seemed to have like the least, like I don't know, like
it felt. I don't know. I get what you're trying to say. Like it felt maybe just like the most.
It felt like there wasn't much going on.
Yeah.
Like it's what is there? I'd like Bo-Katan uniting Mandalore and all that. I feel like that's good. Mm-hmm. I don't need the whole other episode with the random side characters that don't mean anything. What did you think of Jack Black and Lizzo?
I like that Jack Black was in it. I don't want to hate on Lizzo.
I mean, you can now because she's been canceled.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Let me hate then.
Let me hate.
She feels so out of place. At least. This sounds so horrible to say. I was like, what if they made prosthetics and maybe made her like a, like, I don't know, just something that was not their faces,
alien.
you know?
I do agree with you, mean. Like I feel like when you have such a well-known person, and they just look like themselves in a weird outfit,
it feels like they're casting him as that character for the sake of having that character.
Yeah, I agree.
To be like, this week Lizzo is fucking or even Jack Black. Like, I'm not just hating on Lizzo.
Christopher Lloyd was in that episode too, and no one really talked about that.
He was, and I honestly, he played such a good part.
He was fun. Yeah, I liked his character.
I think the thing is Lizzo like didn't really have anything to like, you know, I feel like
she's just the queen of this random place.
Yeah.
And Jack Black's the king.
And now I kind of I hate that that's part of the lore. Like I don't know, like
it's 100% like they were like, okay, who's big, like celebrity we can get in here, and they got Lizzo and Jack Black.
And the reason that bothers me is maybe not because it's even who they cast. I don't like when a show is kind of just like relying on like casting some big names this season.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
And Star Wars has always, like, I feel like each iteration they don't cast like the most well-known people.
Yeah, they've
only done that a couple times. Like we were talking before we filmed the Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Was already known before being in the prequels.
For sure.
But I feel like Natalie Portman was still on the come up. She wasn't like a giant star yet.
Yeah.
Neither was Hayden Christensen.
Ewan.
Neither was none of them were huge yet. Maybe, and then also maybe Liam Neeson. He was probably already well known somewhat. So maybe those two.
Yeah, because like Schindler's List. Like,
they
all
were
the
already
90s
known.
and 80s happened.
Yeah, they were known, but like original Star Wars, like. The only one I could think of is probably Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford probably was already... Was he known? When did the first one come out? 70? 77?
Yeah.
77, I think.
I don't think before that. Because literally Harrison Ford, he became an actor.
He became really big after that with Indiana Jones.
He was just a carpenter. Like,
that's true.
Like he was a basic ass.
So yeah, I guess all three of them, him, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher, they all kind of were unknowns that got... So I like how Star Wars has always been about, like, let's just find some unknown talent.
Yeah.
So I think when you cast people that are already big and known, it kind of takes me out of this universe.
I also feel like when you're like a big star celebrity or someone who's already made, you're not as hungry to serve like a performance, you know, like if they just cast some unknowns, these people are probably going hard because they want to get cast again or get more work. But Lizzo, I mean, she's probably canceled now. She's losing money, but like she was in that shit. She's like, ooh, like I'll be in The Mandalorian. I'll do a little scene.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, oh, dude, I'm in like, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's more of like a
cash grab.
Yeah. Besides like something that like you're passionate about.
I agree.
That's what I see it as.
I still think the overall plot for The Mandalorian is fine. It's just like there's a lot of things in there that I feel like we're kind of lazy.
There's a lot of filler.
There's a lot of filler.
There's at least 2 or 3 filler episodes, I think.
Oh, yeah. There's maybe half of it is. I saw someone say you can watch like the first 2 episodes and then like the last 2 and get the gist of the season.
Yeah.
And you actually can, I think.
probably.
So overall, I think it's like a 5 or a 6 for me.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Damn. I'd probably give it a 6 out of. I'd probably a 5 or a 6. I'd agree with you.
It's pretty mid. It's like okay, like it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's if it was dog shit, I'd give it below that. But I feel like there's some things I like. Like I do like the beginning, first 2 episodes. I like Bo-Katan and like I like all of that going on with the reuniting everybody. I like the end. I just don't like a lot of the random things in between.
Yeah, it feels very unfocused. I feel like out of all the other seasons, it's the least rewatchable.
I agree, 100%.
First season, perfect.
I agree.
Second season, I think is even better. Like the way it ends is they could have ended it right there, honestly. And I don't want the show to suffer from, to quote DJ Khaled, bro, it's suffering from success. Like you got to know when to end a show, you know?
Yeah, and
like,
I heard that part of the reason why this season was less focused is because apparently like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni focused on Ahsoka more.
Oh, they wrote for that. Dude, I'm going to watch that.
So you got to watch it because they said that's why this was a little bit more in focus. They moved to Ahsoka.
Damn. Well, I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's kind of...
Damn, 2 Star Wars shows in the same year. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like 6 months apart. But
anyway, I feel like that's the gist of it. I'm sure we'll review Ahsoka at some point when Nick gets to it.
I mean, do you have any positives? I think the cinematography was really great.
I do think a lot of the shots look good. It's always, you're right. It's always pretty good. I like...
You're trying to
It's kind of funny. I like it, like the silence.
Well, I haven't seen it in a minute, but...
I like Grogu. Let me just think of what's memorable.
Yeah.
The armor looks good. The costume designs are good.
They also turned that old that T-88 drone into like Grogu's like little robot.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that was kind of cool too.
There's a random like middle section where the pirates try to invade and then they stop them.
Carl Weathers is he's like the big dude now of the city.
What I saw people complain about is there's a shot during the pirate invasion where a lot of the Mandalorians pull up to help. And they all have jetpacks, and they get surrounded in an alleyway in the front behind, and they're like, "Fuck, we're surrounded!" And people are like, "Why don't they fly away?" And they like didn't fly away, and then they end up getting saved, so it's fine. But it was just like a nitpick. People were like, "They got jetpacks, bro. Why aren't they flying?"
Yeah, there was one Mandalorian dude that gets like his ass whooped by these like guys wearing red with like those purple sabers. I don't know what to call them.
Oh, and he dies.
Yeah, he has like a Gatling gun, and he like helps him escape. I thought that was a cool
that's cool. But one thing dumb about that, though, not that scene, but that character, is a couple episodes beforehand, they go and rescue a kid from like a flying thing, and he says it's his son.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is he doesn't say it's his son until like halfway through the episode.
Yeah.
Like we don't know it's his son. And before then, he was objecting to them going. When they originally were planning, like Bo-Katan and them were saying like, we have to go and like do this. Like he was just like, and risk the lives of more Mandalorian, like or something like that. And if it was his son, why the fuck would he say that? Like he'd be like, yeah, let's go. But they made him say it. I could be wrong. Maybe it was another Mandalorian, but I remember it being the big dude with the Gatling gun.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah, but anyway.
Not to sound macist. No. There's when you first get to Mandalore and the planet's all like abandoned. I like that whole fight. With
I do too.
Those things that come out at him with like glowing eyes. Like I love the creature design of some Star Wars.
I do like that episode. Actually, that episode I was still really hooked.
That was like one of the first or second ones.
That's what I'm saying. The first 2 are really good. First 2 episodes are very solid.
Does Bo-Katan get the Darksaber? Because that's another.
She gets it back.
That's another big thing. Is like that's pretty much like the crown.
Yeah,
like if you have it, they listen to you.
Basically, when he goes down in the depths of Mandalore, and that one random creature and like a robot
it's like
suit,
a mythical beast that's still living in there.
Yeah, it takes out the Mandalorian Din Djarin, and he drops the Darksaber trying to fight, and he gets it disarmed. And they capture him, and then that's when Grogu goes to find Bo-Katan, and she comes and rescues him.
Oh, that's right.
And he said later on in the season, like, I was defeated by this thing, and she came and rescued me and beat it. So, by law, I guess the Mandalorians,
like you technically bested me.
The Mandalorian was bested by this guy, and then she bested the guy that bested him. So she has it now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So by technicality, she's good. Okay. So now she's got it. So
but she didn't beat him. Nah. I guess they wrote around them having to fight. I kind of wanted to see them fight against each other.
That would have been kind of cool, but I also do think it would have been out of character because, like, from the beginning, man,
they were always kind of chill.
Mando was like, "I don't even want it. Take it." And she
Yeah.
was like, "I can't take it. I need to win it in battle."
Yeah.
He's like, "Motherfucker, just take it. I'll tell them you beat me."
Yeah. I don't know why she couldn't do that. I guess her honor
Yeah, I
was
guess
so
so.
upstanding.
One thing interesting about this is when they go to the waters and he bathes in them.
Yeah.
He gets pulled down by a mythical thing.
Dude, that just thinking about it scares me because, like,
Yeah.
the way they have it all set up, it's a thing of stairs. And you walk down it in the waters because I think the whole planet's like flooded or whatever.
It used to be like a pool where there was a floor you could walk on, but since then, like the planet and like all the attacks, the floor broke, so now it just drops down.
Yeah, so it's just lurking in there.
Yeah, but what's crazy is the Mandalorian like crest is like that mythical beast, but no one's ever seen one, and it's just like Bo-Katan doesn't believe in any of like the like OG myth stuff that Mando and his group of people that don't take off their helmets believe in.
It's a mythosaur.
A mythosaur. Okay,
that's such a basic
it's
name.
pretty on the nose.
Mythosaur. No one's ever seen it.
But she sees it, and she begins questioning. Like that's why she like leaves her helmet on. She learns the way of them, and I like how that worked.
Yeah. That's a good character arc.
Excuse me. Yeah, I agree. I liked all that. All that is fine with me.
Honestly, I will say one positive about this is I would be more than fine if like Mando, Pedro Pascal kind of just retired with Grogu, and maybe Bo-Katan.
Hey, that's how it ended.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
This literally final shot is them on their land on that planet. I forgot what it's called, but the planet that Carl Weathers' character is control of. Remember, they gave him some land. And he's like, "You can go live out there."
Yeah,
and it's just him and Grogu chilling out there.
Honestly, they could just end it like that.
They could.
Have maybe. I don't know. Do you think they should have a Bo-Katan spinoff now?
I think so.
Or they keep the Mandalorian like his own story.
They could, or they could. I wouldn't mind if, since she's technically a Mandalorian too, if she's just like now the title Mandalorian.
Yeah. And
when the Mandalorian can turn into like because it would be like if we had a show called The Jedi.
Yeah.
Like there's multiple Jedi.
Yeah.
So like they could just be like an anthology series of different Jedi throughout time. This could be an anthology of different Mandalorians.
That'd be pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind that, but I also wouldn't mind if she got her own show. Either one doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Overall though, season 3, like I still gonna give it about a 5 or a 6.
Maybe like 6.5 because of those little positives.
That's true. I brought up some positives. I'd give it a 6.
Yeah.
I give it a 6. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, Mandalorian, definitely go check it out. I didn't know that they were. I guess they were kind of split focusing on Ahsoka. That kind of makes sense now. Like, yeah, I guess I can kind of. I'm not gonna rate it any higher, but I can understand why the quality kind of dipped a bit.
I'd give it a solid like 3 out of 5. I think.
Yeah, me too. 3 out of 5.
Hey Nick, you gotta watch Ahsoka now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Ahsoka,
and we'll be back on that at some point.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the next review on Ahsoka.
Yep. We're
also gonna be watching some Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Oh, get ready for the Five Nights at Freddy's review.
Dude, I'm excited for that, low key. Josh Hutcherson, come on.
I've played none of the. Oh, speaking of Josh Hutcherson, I've been watching Hunger Games for the first time.
Yo,
like ever. Yeah.
What you think?
Hey, we'll talk about that on the next episode.
Oh my god,
we will. We're doing our weekly watches or some shit.
Oh yeah, true.
Next episode. Make sure to see that next week.
All right, yeah. Make sure to follow Cosmic Kickback on Instagram, Cosmic Kickback on X. We got Discord, Reddit. We got our letterboxes below. And we will catch you guys in the next episode.
Goodbye.